Hey guys, me and Team here, and I will be playing against a random player, Magni, who will be the Red Terran, and I will be Blue Zerg up at the top. So yeah, he was a random Terran. Oh, before I get into the game, since the start's never all that exciting anyway, there's been enough demand where I will go ahead and upload the Civilization 5 videos that I have in crap quality after this video. I've at least managed to correct the sound issues. I'm still working on a way to configure FFD show to not pixelate with colors that way. I'm trying some things out. Hopefully it's not too bad. And for whatever reason, it's not as bad in Starcraft. Probably just because Starcraft is less resource intensive than Civilization 5. I can't believe I'm saying that about a RTS being less resource intensive than a turn-based strategy game. But hey, that's the way they chose to do it. So who am I to criticize? It sold copies for certain. Civ 5 is doing very well. And, for all its flaws, and there are plenty, it's still been fun to play. But so is Starcraft 2, so I'm not going to quit on the Starcraft 2 videos by any means. Anyway, I set my drone scout at 13 like I usually do. Since this was the last place I checked, the Terran completed his wall. But I saw basically all they would see anyway with a Terran, which is that he didn't go for Reapers, instead he went for Marines. Meanwhile, I went 14 pull and extractor, and get some injections going. I really like to go Lings and Banelings in this matchup typically. So that's what I'll be doing once again, unless I'm forced to do something else because the Terran goes air. I also like Speed Tech, unless they force me to do otherwise with Reaper play, so I also did that. Meanwhile, Terran player down here is going tanks and Marines straight up, not even reactors, just two regular barracks plus a factory. I guess he was saving gas so he could bankroll the tanks using his Vespine. Meanwhile, if you look at the income tab, yeah, those mules can put you up to about 900 minerals per minute now and then while they're active. That's really a big mineral advantage. Now here, the Terran has scanned me and decided to come in for an attack. And the reason being, he's actually up on me in units significantly. I'm actually not certain how this happened. I guess I just spent a little bit too much on the Evo chambers too early. Or maybe it was the extra queen. But for whatever reason, I'm down in supply. And not by enough to, yeah, more mistakes on my part. Not by enough to, I don't know. I guess my point is I'm not quite sure how he got so far ahead of me in supply. But he did, and now I'm in a bad position for it. Now, Lings and Banelings aren't particularly weak to tanks. In fact, Banelings are strong against Marines, and Lings are pretty neutral with tanks, especially after the tank nerf in 1.1. So this matchup is nearly as broken as it used to be. But I managed to lose some Overlords here, so that'll Psylocke me. You look at the Unit Loss tab, yeah, I'm pretty far behind. And without centrifugal hooks, he could micro the Marines away, even without stim, so that's no good. Yeah. This is kind of weak on my part, viewers. If I had even supply with the Terran, especially considering he has more SCVs than I have drones, so if I had even supply with the Terran rather than being down about 8 or 9 supply, which really equated to be down like 5 supply or so, but either way, if I'd had the usual number of forces I have at this point in a game, I would have been able to hold this attack off. That bunker would not have meant much. I would have just killed the tanks and backed off, then rushed out with the bunker when I had more Lings and completely held them off. Meanwhile, the Terran is grabbing an expansion here because he realizes he has me by the throat. And I really have no choice now that he's sieged up within range of my mineral lines. I have to come after him. More bad Baneling micro on my part. Do get to kill one tank, as well as several Marines here. SCV's repairing the bunker. There's really not much need to do so, but he's doing so anyway, despite the fact that his Marines are now alive. And in comes some more Lings. I'm just desperately trying to hold on here. And I do get that SCV, so the bunker will burn out, and of course he's going to salvage it. Wouldn't want to lose his money on his forward defensive structure investment. And at this point, You can tell things don't look so good for me. If I'd had the upgrades out a little sooner, that would have made a difference too. It's nice to have them, but not when you lose to get them, I guess. And that could be why he was up on supply on me. I just invested in this stuff a little bit too rapidly. But mostly, I guess, should really credit the Terran for perfectly timing pushing me. Because that's not an easy window to spot. It's a much harder window to spot than an expansion, for example. Or, somebody teching without units. I guess when he scanned and saw the two Evo chambers, he realized 250 minerals in the hole. Maybe he could come after me. Yeah, especially with the useless spine crawler. So that's probably the difference in supply right there. Although, as I've shown in other videos, this investment really can pay off. This can be a ridiculous path to victory as well. Here my opponent's gone Hellions. I'll slow it down. Now, Hellions, I've been going Banelings to beat Hellions lately, and it's worked surprisingly well. I didn't think that Banelings would function appropriately versus Hellions, but with their speed bonus, they're not too bad. Here he'll roast and toast some of them because I didn't get close enough initially. But yeah, now that does more damage. Back off, pull in, and just, yeah, look at that. I mean, I redlined that stuff with less investment into Banelings. So now I come after him with the Zerglings, and actually, he doesn't do all that much damage. I actually made up some units lost there. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to overcome an expansion. Not at this rate. I mean, the Terran set up this expansion while he was pressing me, and I really had no answer to it. Usually my counter to an expansion is to hit it. Well, the timing's pretty simple for expansions. Let them finish the expansion, start to saturate it, and then you hit it. Like just a little bit, like maybe they're halfway saturated or so, you hit the expansion when they've sunk all that minerals into their SCVs or drones or probes, and then you smack them right then and there when their resources are, they haven't recouped the investment of their workers on the expansion yet, and you have an army advantage, and you can really cut into them that way. So yeah, the Terran probably just pushed me conventionally, but he's chosen a drop. So let's watch it. Man, he's got a lot. He really should invest in more unit production structures. Drop. Hellions and tanks combined are really good against Zerglings. And I don't have enough Banelings to counter the Hellions at all. I mean, I wasn't ready for this. I didn't see it coming. I was mostly just trying to drone up. So I had no hope here. And that will be good game. So I will see you in the next video. Green Team signing out.